The story revolves around Adnan, and on the surface, his life looks pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Idyllic, almost.
He's got Maya, his girlfriend. She's described as cheerful, beautiful, really caring. He feels, the luckiest guy.
The whole package.
And then there's Rafi, his best friend since they were kids. Super close, shared everything. Adnan literally can't imagine life without him.
So you've got this really tight trio. Partner, best friend, maximum trust.
Yeah, classic setup, right? That perfect triangle of close relationship.
Absolutely. And that perfection, that facade, is exactly why what comes next hits so hard, psychologically speaking.
Ah, okay.
When those core relationships, your partner, your oldest friend, are so tight and trusted, any little disruption, it doesn't just hurt, it shakes your whole foundation.
Your emotional security.
Precisely. It sets a really high bar for what Adnan believes is true and stable.
And that stability starts to crack. Just little things at first, inconsistencies.
Like what?
Well, Adnan calls Maya. She says she's a little busy. Okay, fine. But then a couple days later, Rafi's also unreachable. Around the same time.
Separately, no big deal.
Right. Easily explained away. But together, for Adnan, it just plants this weird, unsettling little seed.
Yeah, it's interesting how our brains handle trust, isn't it? You have this strong belief, this schema for Maya and Rafi, but then these tiny details pop up that don't quite fit.
Incongruent, yeah.
And your brain flags them. It's not full suspicion yet, more like a whisper of unease.
A whisper, yeah.
Our minds connect dots really well, but sometimes those connections lead us down the wrong path, especially when emotions are involved.
And that whisper gets louder. A few days later, Adnan actually sees them, Maya and Rafi, together on the street.
Okay.
He's watching from a distance, and they're laughing, but it's not just casual laughing. It's described as different, almost secretive, something he had never seen before.
The specific detail.
That's the moment. That specific laugh for Adnan, it just changes everything. It reframes how he sees them. Trust starts shifting towards suspicion.
That's what psychologists call a critical incident. It's a classic example. One single observation, often ambiguous, like a laugh or a look,
Right.
can shatter that whole trust narrative. And once that suspicion is there, it becomes a lens, right?
Spoolie.
Everything else gets filtered through it. Adnan starts looking for evidence to confirm his new unsettling idea. He's kind of sliding into confirmation bias without even realizing it.
And that's where it spirals. After seeing them, the source says he's in internal turmoil. Can't sleep. Keeps replaying Maya's mysterious smile, Rafi's strange glint in his eyes. He asks Rafi where he was that day.
And Rafi.
Laughs it off. Oh, nowhere special, just out for some work. But he avoids Adnan's eyes. That evasiveness just adds fuel to the fire.
Yeah, that never helps.
He tries talking to Maya, but it's always excuses. I'm busy. Let's meet next week. He's thinking, am I going crazy, or are they really doing this to me?
Oh, that's profound cognitive dissonance right there. His deep belief in their loyalty is clashing head-on with what he thinks he's seeing.
It sounds incredibly uncomfortable.
It creates huge psychological discomfort. His brain's scrambling, either dismiss the evidence, which he can't quite do, or doubt his own sanity. Both are terrifying.
So every little thing becomes proof.
Exactly. Every missed call, every vague answer confirms the betrayal he fears. That confirmation bias gets stronger.
And then the outside world seems to step in. One night, an anonymous text message just says, "Your love and your best friend both are betraying you." His hands are shaking. He tries texting back, nothing. But that message, it just ignites everything.
External validation, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Definitely. An anonymous third party confirming your fears.
Yeah.
Makes it feel less like paranoia, more like objective truth. It can be a trigger, pushing you from questioning to conviction. It solidifies that frame.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. The trigger's pulled. And then come the smoking guns, or what he sees as smoking guns.
Okay, what does he find?
He sees Maya's number on Rafi's phone. Multiple calls logged. His chest tightens. Then, later, he finds a folded letter in Rafi's jacket.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's in Maya's handwriting. It says something like, "Rafi, every moment with you feels like stolen magic. I can't resist you anymore."
Oof. That's pretty damning.
And it gets worse. He glances at Maya's phone, sees a text from Rafi. "Last night was unforgettable. Can't wait to hold you again."
Okay, from Adnan's perspective, that's game over.
Totally. The source describes it as this crushing realization. So it's true. They're in love. My best friend, my love, both betraying me. It feels like absolute devastating proof.
And from his viewpoint, why wouldn't it? These are tangible pieces of evidence. The calls, the handwritten note, the text. It all fits the narrative he's been building.
It's a coherent story, yeah.
Especially under that kind of emotional stress. He has no reason at this point to look for another explanation. The intent seems obvious. Selfish betrayal.
And this is where it gets wild. Hold on to that thought. Because the story takes some major turns that challenge that exact interpretation.
Okay. There's more.
Yeah. Instead of just exploding, Adnan makes this really calculated choice. He decides to play along, act normal, gather more proof.
Interesting. He doesn't confront them immediately.
No, he even secretly records a phone call. He overhears Maya whispering, "Rafi, I can't do this anymore. Adnan is too close. He's starting to suspect."
Oh my God.
And Rafi says, "Don't worry. Soon he'll know nothing. He trusts me blindly."
Wow. That's brutal. The gut punch, like you said.
Right.
And it's a critical shift, isn't it? He's moving from just feeling suspicious to actively investigating. It's not just about hurt now, it's about confirming it, taking back some control.
Control in a situation that feels totally out of control.
Exactly. And that recording, their own voices confirming they're hiding something, that feels like the ultimate validation of his fears.
So armed with this, he sets up a dinner, the big confrontation.
Okay, here we go.
He plays the recording. Total shock. Maya breaks down crying. Rafi just lowers his head, silent.
Caught red-handed.
And the first confessions start. Maya says, "I never meant to hurt you, but there are things you need to know," and adds, "My family has trapped me in a situation you can't even imagine."
Trapped. Okay, that's a new element.
Right. And Rafi jumps in, "Yes, we were hiding something from you, but the reason is different."
Whoa. Okay, huge pivot there. Narrative whiplash, like you said before.
Jelly.
What Adnan, and frankly what we thought was a simple betrayal, a love triangle, suddenly gets way more complicated. Family. A trap that introduces an external force.
It makes you question everything again.
It forces you to question that initial judgment. Were the motives really just selfish desire or something else entirely? What kind of trap could make them do all this?
And that's the question Adnan starts asking himself, even while he's reeling. And then, get this, he gets another anonymous message.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Another one?
Yeah. You think you know the truth, but you don't.
Wow. Just when he thought he had it figured out. That's incredibly destabilizing.
Right. It's like the universe is poking him, saying, dig deeper.
Psychologically, that yanks him right out of his confirmation bias again. It forces him back into genuine inquiry. It's like an invitation. Look beyond your hurt. Find the real story. Maybe the villains aren't who you think.
So he keeps digging. He feels like there's still a missing piece. And he finds it. An old photo.
A photo of what?
Maya and Rafi smiling in some distant city. But the crucial part, it's dated months before this whole supposed affair started.
Okay, that doesn't fit the timeline of a new romance.
Exactly. His heart's racing. But then the real aha moment, he looks closer at the photo's background.
And
there's someone else there, another figure kind of watching them, almost orchestrating their meeting, the source says.
Whoa, okay, so not just them.
Yeah.
A third party involved from way back.
Yeah. It completely shifts the narrative again. Not a simple affair, but something intricate. Manipulated. Someone else pulling strings.
That is a game changer. It shows how new context can just shatter your understanding. Yeah. That photo goes from being proof of an early secret meeting to being the key to unlocking this hidden layer of manipulation and orchestrator. It forces us and Adnan to rethink that fundamental attribution error.
Meaning?
We blame their actions on their character, selfishness, deceit, but maybe powerful external forces were actually driving their choices. That's a huge distinction.
So Adnan confronts them again with the photo, the implications.
And this time,
Maya completely breaks down. Full confession. Adnan, it wasn't just us. Someone else forced our hands. My family. They wanted Rafi to help me escape an arranged marriage that would have ruined everything.
An arranged marriage. Wow, okay.
Rafi backs her up, says they were just trying to protect her.
So the motives flip completely. What looked like betrayal is reframed as protection. Desperate protection against a forced marriage. It forces you to grapple with the intent, malice, or perceived necessity, self-preservation. It challenges the whole definition of betrayal.
And then the final twist, the mysterious figure from the photo, they show up.
No way. Who is it?
An old friend of Maya's family, and they confess. We never intended for Adnan to find out, but we had to ensure Maya's safety. Rafi was only helping her.
Unbelievable.
So the secrecy, the emotional impact that betrayal was real for Adnan. But the reason wasn't selfish desire. It was this complex plan to save Maya, orchestrated by others. The villains were also victims. and co-conspirators in this desperate escape plan.
It just highlights the incredible complexity of why people do things. Actions look hurtful, deceitful from the outside.
Yeah.
But they could be driven by fear, pressure, even a twisted kind of protection. It really pushes us to seek the full story, not just react to the surface. What we see as betrayal can be so much more layered.
A lesson in empathy, maybe, but also the limits of our own perception.
Exactly.
So Adnan sits down with them again, processing all of this. Guilt, fear, love, regret. It's a mess.
Understandably.
And he realizes, the source says, love isn't simple. Trust can be tested, stretched, and broken.
That sounds about right.
His decision. Forgiveness, but with boundaries. Rebuilding trust, carefully, slowly.
And that feels very realistic, doesn't it? It's not just wiping the slate clean. It's acknowledging the deep context, the pressures, even if the deception hurt.
The boundaries part is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And slowly. Trust, once broken like that, needs careful, deliberate rebuilding. It won't be the same naive trust. Maybe it's more mature, more fragile, but potentially stronger because it's built on understanding vulnerability.
So wrapping this up, what's the big takeaway for us, for the listener, from this story in the web of betrayal and hidden truths?
I think the biggest lesson is just how deceiving appearances can be. What looks like clear-cut betrayal often hides much deeper, messier truths about motivation, fear, even protection.
Yeah, understanding the full story, not just the surface actions, can completely change how we see things, how we see people.
Absolutely. And it's a huge reminder about confirmation bias, right?
Yeah.
Once Adnan suspected, he started filtering everything through that lens, looking for proof of what he feared, ignoring other possibilities.
We all do that sometimes, don't we?
We do. It's a cognitive shortcut.
So maybe here's the provocative thought for you listening. How often do we jump to conclusions with only half the story? What hidden pressures, what complex backstories might be driving people we see as betrayers or villains?
It's a challenging question.
Yeah. This story, a non-story, it's kind of a mirror for our own biases. Betrayal hurts, no question. But that journey to understanding, it can lead to unexpected clarity, maybe empathy.
And maybe even a way to rebuild.
Exactly. Trust, love, honesty. They're fragile. But this story kind of shows they're always worth fighting for, even when it's incredibly complicated.